So I welcome everyone to the Amazon Amazing Loophole. And I'm going to do just a quick little review, and then we're going to do some heavy-duty, detailed how-to tonight. You will not leave the session tonight empty-handed in any way. You're going to have the exact details and steps and verbiage and documents and everything you need in order to do the Amazon Loophole as a consultant. So let's move forward. Let's do a quick little review first. We learned last week that the Amazon opportunity is a lot bigger than what we really first envisioned. And while you're selling products, usually flying solo, there's a loophole that will allow you to access a much grander opportunity, and that's by either consulting or partnering. Last week, we talked mostly about the consulting side. This week, we're going to go into details, extensive details about the consulting, and then after the holidays, I'll spend more time on the partnering side. Some people have asked, and so I'll share this with you. I make about 80% of my revenue from Amazon from the partnering side and about 20% from the consulting side. Okay? That doesn't mean that one's better than the other. It's just that's kind of the way the cards have unfolded. What we learned last week is that in order to tap the bigger opportunity, what's under the water, that iceberg of opportunity, what's often lacking is either we don't have enough time or money or knowledge or connections. Maybe we're unknown. Wouldn't it be great if you were a celebrity and had a huge fan base, or a radio show or magazine or television show? And then also, for all of these reasons, sometimes our product opportunity is limited. So that was the challenge and the opportunity that we looked at last week. And what we realized, and what I'll clarify further tonight, are the consulting opportunities that you have. You can consult for corporations or a product manufacturer. You can go and find an existing Amazon seller that looks like they need help, and you can team up with them, consult with them. Or you can go out beyond Amazon and find any product seller selling a product anywhere through any other channel. You can go to a local business, talking about a business that actually has or makes products. You can go to a new product company, those like what you find at Kickstarter or Indiegogo, or you can find a distributor or supplier, and you can do consulting in all of these situations. When it comes to finding a partner, you're often looking for what's missing in your equation. Maybe you're not an expert in every area necessary to make this thing work for you. Maybe it would be better if you teamed up with a niche expert, somebody that's really good in some field and has the knowledge and the connections and everything. Maybe that would make your business fly faster. Maybe you don't know a lot about marketing, and even though what you need to know at Amazon is kind of well defined, if you team up with a marketer, that marketer could be doing social media and pay-per-click ads and Google and all this other stuff that layers on top of what you would be doing right at Amazon. Maybe you need to team up with a sourcing expert, maybe an accounting expert. That sounds odd, but I'm going to tell you, if you have somebody that you can partner with that really understands spreadsheets, as you get deep into Amazon, you're going to find out that that accounting expert can make you a fortune or keep you from losing a fortune. Or basically any expertise that you lack, you can partner to fill in that void, and that is being smart. You can partner with an investor. Believe me, there are so many people out there that are sitting on a ton of money, and they're trying to figure out where they can put their money to make a good return. What the heck? If this isn't a good way to make money, don't you believe that if you had enough capital right now at your fingertips that you could do everything you needed to do at Amazon and you could make a ton of money? All you have to do is lay out to an investor what it is that you're doing, and many of them are going to say, hey, holy cow, I'll do that. I'm always amazed at the crazy, wacky, money-losing stuff that investors put their money in sometimes, hoping to make a little small return, just a little bit more than what they get at the bank. And yet you could do a favor for these investors, and they're out there everywhere. Look for them. Advertise for them. Network for them. Celebrities are everywhere. They're trying to monetize their names, their brand. They've got a fan base. They have influence. They have connection. You can partner with them. Anybody that has a database, it might be a blogger, somebody that's really good at building an email list. A publication, magazine. I'm partnered with one. How about a school or a church or some type of group? You can partner with them. An influencer. Anyone that influences an audience, a blogger, somebody running a YouTube channel or a forum. And then finally, and I have several of these, bird dog partners, people who find opportunities. I partner with them, and either I just pay them a finder fee or I give them a recurring part of the deal. It just depends on what it is. And they bring it to the table, and then I basically take over from there. When I say a bird dog partner, most of the time a bird dog partner just provides the connection or lead, and they're not actually doing any of the business itself. That's what I mean by a bird dog. Now, I really want you to understand this and think about this. There's been a lot of talk out there in the forums since last week about what the Amazing Loophole really is. It's a program that works hand in hand with the ASM principles. It's not like you do one or the other. You really have to know all of this, strategies and work with the same tools that you're working to do this solo as you would with the Amazing Loophole. The Amazing Loophole merely adds another layer to it, which is that of using the exact same skill set to help someone else, and the someone else you're either helping them through a consultant agreement or you're partnering with them, but it's the same thing. So they work hand in hand. But who do you think takes home the most money in most cases? Is it the person doing your basic ASM or the person doing the Amazing Loophole? Who do you think it is that has spendable cash in their pocket the quickest? And who do you think it is that can sleep worry-free at night? And who can use one approach to make capital, spendable money, and then take that money and funnel it into the other? There's no reason not to do the Amazon loophole. There is absolutely none. And so I see comments out there, people are saying, I'm so busy just doing ASM, I don't want to get side focused or off focus. This is the same thing. You're just doing it more. That's all. You're not doing anything any different. You're just doing it smarter, faster, and you'll have the ability to do it on a grand scale. Let's take a look at it. Here you are as a solo flyer. You're pulling the money out of your pocket, you're investing in inventory, you're doing all of the stuff to get it from China or whatever wholesaler it is, and then lo and behold, it takes you a couple months or two, and you're bringing in $5,000 in sales on Amazon, and then another month you're bringing in $10,000, and another month you're bringing in $25,000. If all's going well, it looks great. And you see these numbers posted everywhere of other people that are doing $10,000 a month and $20,000 a month, and it is good. Hats off to those folks. But how much are they actually putting in their pocket where they can go down to the grocery store and buy a loaf of bread? Well, they're going to make profit that they can spend, but in the early phases, the profits you make more often than not have to get rolled back into inventory and other things that you have to spend money on to get this business up to a certain plateau before it makes sense to start making the money out. Because if you think about it, if you go and invest, $3,000 in inventory, and you put it up on Amazon and all $3,000 of it sells, well, maybe you've made $6,000. But that doesn't mean that you can now go and splurge and spend $6,000 because you don't have any inventory at Amazon anymore. You've got to go buy some more. And you can't just buy $3,000 worth like you did the first time because now you're ranked better. More people are buying it. You need more inventory, so you have to spend more money to buy inventory. And so it goes. We talked about this last week. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's just got a little quirk to it. And that quirk sometimes can drive you nuts. And if you're married, it can drive your spouse absolutely nuts. Because you're telling them it's going great, sales are booming, and where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? If you do the loophole, you're doing the exact same thing, and you can do it at the same time you fly solo. But here's the difference. With the loophole, when the sales come in, you walk away with cash that you can spend day one. Within 30 days, 60 days, or at worst, 90 days. It just depends on how fast you go at doing it. You're not having to source material and have it shipped over from another country. You're not having to print up labels and design all of that. You're not having to ship inventory into Amazon. You're not having to do any of that stuff. Many times the inventory is already there. Think about it. It's already sitting there waiting for you to just make it sell better than someone else has been able to do it, and then you get paid right away. Now, you don't get paid quite as much as the solo flyer, but you didn't have to invest a penny. And you don't have to worry a bit. You just do your thing. It's not as if though doing Amazon is complicated. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this. There are brilliant people doing it, and there are idiots doing it. It's pretty darn basic and simple to do this program. What gets people hung up is the money part. With the loophole, that goes away. And then guess what? You could just keep doing loophole after loophole after loophole while Mr. Solo Flyer over there is nursing his business along. Now again, don't misunderstand me. Mr. or Mrs. Solo Flyer is doing good. They're making sales. They're growing their business. Everything about it is good, except that they just can't take their cash out too early because they've got to grow the business. I'm sure you guys have watched Shark Tank. Okay, I love the program. I watch it all the time. 90% of the time when people come on and present their business, when they're asked, why are you here? It's because they need capital for inventory. Capital for inventory. In other words, growing a business, and especially if it grows fast, capital for inventory is always the hinge-pin. It's the hurdle that's hard to jump, and you sometimes have to bring in outside money. So it's similar in a way to that. But guess what? There's something else, too. We talked about it a little bit last week. You can have your account banned at Amazon. And it can even happen if you don't do anything wrong. Or you could find out that your wholesaler isn't going to sell you the product anymore, or maybe they go bankrupt. Maybe there's just something else that happens that's just an epic fail. For whatever reason, it just didn't work out. Well, guess what? The Solo Flyer is stuck at that point with zero revenue and perhaps lost inventory, a lost investment. But if you're doing the loophole approach, yeah, might happen to you too. One of your accounts might get banned. Something may go wrong. It might not work. And even if you do everything right, could be the product just doesn't sell. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that don't work. I showed you last week that I've done account after account and product after product after product, and there are a few that didn't work. Happens to the best of us. Just didn't work. But guess what? The person doing the loophole can lose an account and he's still got others going. No big deal. I've lost a couple. No big deal. I've got others. So that's why I can sleep at night, worry-free. And if I lose an account, I don't lose a penny. I lose a client. That's the difference. I'm still making money in all these other accounts. So let's get serious. Now this is fun, but it's detailed. I'm going to go step by step through how to be a consultant and give you every single thing that you need. This is the amazing loophole formula. And you're going to hear me say this a lot, and I think you just need to just brand it into your brain. It's all about product, people, process, and profits. If I could hear you right now, I'd say everybody just shout it out right now. Product, people, process, and profits. The starting point to doing the deal is always to define what you're looking for. And I'm going to go through both the consultant side and the partner side in this course. But tonight we're going to focus on the consultant side. So what are you looking for? We have to define that. You're looking for a client that's going to provide products or inventory. That's what you're looking for at this point in time. That's what we're going to talk about. But next session, you might be looking for something else. You might be looking for money, connections, some type of knowledge or expertise, influence, or celebrity. That might be what you're looking for. So the first step is you decide what you're looking for, and then you're ready to go and execute on this formula. Now, you have to be extremely picky. You do not want to do a deal if it's not perfect. There's just no reason to do it. So if the elements are product, people, process, and profits, let's take a look at a couple of things so that we know how not to make a mistake. If all four of these things are not aligned, then you need to bail out. Let's say you've got a great product, but the client is kind of ornery. Or maybe they're interested in what you're doing, but they don't agree to all of the steps. Well, if that's the case, the process is not going to work, and you're not going to make any money. Don't do the deal. Okay, let's say you got a lousy product. Got a bottle of radioactive oxymoron here. Topical cream for idiots. I don't know if that's all that good of a product. But you know what? I talked to the manufacturer or the distributor, and boy, they're great people. They just love the whole concept. They said they would provide the inventory. They'll do everything. You know what? Don't do it. It's a lousy product. It's not going to work. You're not going to make any money. Don't do the deal. Okay, let's say the people are great, the product's great, but for some reason, you're not going to be able to execute the process. Maybe the people, even though they're nice and friendly and willing to work with you, maybe for some reason they just can't provide 300 units to give away. They like everything else, but they just can't do that. Maybe they don't have the resources to be able to play ball like you want to play. Well, if that's the case, you're not going to have profits, so don't do the deal. Now, I don't mean to stress this too heavily, but it is that important. Be extremely picky because there's too many opportunities out there to get yourself trapped in a partnership or a consulting deal where nobody's happy.